So I'll be going to Orlando on Tuesday to continue my briefings in the case. Actually, though, what we're announcing tomorrow is that the FBI is releasing a partial transcript of the killer's calls with law enforcement from inside the club. These are the calls with the Orlando PD negotiating team who were trying to ascertain who he was, where he was, why he was doing this, all the while the rescue operations were continuing. That'll be coming out tomorrow, and I'll be headed to Orlando on Tuesday.
Including the hostage negotiation part of this?
Yes, it will be primarily a partial transcript of his calls with the hostage negotiators.
You say partial. What's being left out?
Well, what we're not going to do is further proclaim this individual's pledges of allegiance to terrorist groups and further his propaganda.
So we're not going to hear him talk about those things?
We will hear him talk about some of those things, but we're not going to hear him make his assertions of allegiance and that. This will not be audio. This will be a printed transcript, but it will begin to capture the back and forth between him and the negotiators. We're trying to get as much information about this investigation out as possible. As you know, because the killer is dead, we have a bit more leeway there, and so we will be producing that information tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about the FBI angle to this. Obviously, they investigated him, interviewed him, I think now up to 3 times before this took place, and then found that he was not, they didn't think he was a serious potential terrorist threat. I know Director Comey said they're going to go and look back and see what may have been missed. But is it bigger than just what the FBI may have missed? Is the FBI just not able to do behavioral study? Like the FBI's job is to investigate facts and to make connections, but behavioral is harder to do.
Well, behavior is harder to do because the cues and the clues are harder, but that's why we do the investigations in the way that we do. That's why when we get information about individuals like Mateen several years ago from co-workers, that we open investigations and that we in fact take the time and interview individuals like that. And I can assure you, had the information developed of his plans, that investigation would have stayed open.